Well, how's it going, everybody? CJW Homesteading here. Today's June the 3rd, 2025. I thought I'd do a update on the potatoes here, what they're looking like. We've had a very cool and rainy spring. We're in the late spring now, and today, well, let's see, today's Tuesday. We've had 2 days of good sunny weather in the 80s, and we're supposed to have this all the way up until Friday. So we got a good stretch of weather for planting and for making hay. This is good hay weather and good planting weather, and I'm so thankful for it because it's needed. But this is the Kennebec potato patch, looking very good considering the cold temperatures that we've had and being so wet. But they're doing really good. They're taking off like a rocket from all the rain we received and the moisture that's down in the soil there. It's really taking off now. This patch did take a hit from the neighbors' cows. They had gotten out. There's certain areas where the plants are small. That is where they got trampled on. There's some over on that end as well, but they're coming back. They're making a comeback, and I think they're going to be just fine. The patch is looking healthy. Nothing's got into them yet. And believe it or not, there was no fertilizer used on these potatoes. During the time of planting, I didn't have no fertilizer. I was in a rush trying to beat the weather to get them planted. I didn't have no fertilizer. I was going to go buy some and add it, but I didn't. When I went to hill them for the second and final time, I still didn't have no fertilizer. So I just kind of said, you know, it is what it is. You know, this is good ground. This is real fertile ground, so I really wasn't worried about it, but it was what it was at the time. But I think they're doing very well so far without having fertilizer applied on them. So yeah, it just shows it's good ground. Now I don't know what may happen between now and when they start to flower, but they should be flowering in probably about another couple weeks. They should start putting some flowers on them, and then the potato bugs likes to come in and feast on the leaves, and when that happens, if you don't address it quickly, then you ain't gonna have no potatoes. I'll just tell you that. But we can look here, and I don't see none yet. Like I said, it's gonna be a couple more weeks before they'll start putting some flowers out. I'll show you over here on this end. Right here, that plant, this area, and then here, that was the hardest hit. I'll try to put some pictures in here to show you what it looked like. I put some winter rye straw right here, but it come from that little plot I had up there of winter rye. But it was not necessary. We got a little bit of vegetation coming here. But overall, it's very clean so far. Very clean. But I know it won't last. You know, it's just like everything else. An old weed, old nuisance, always returns. But I really like what I'm seeing. Really like what I'm seeing here. They look good and healthy. Okay, well, I didn't even upload the video of me planting the field corn here because, well, there ain't many people that watches my channel, and when I do videos like this, there's not many people that watches them. I just don't think that there's many people out there that's interested in this type of stuff. At least the way I do it. There's nothing fancy about it, nothing exciting. It's a lot of manual labor involved, and it just doesn't make good content. I don't know why I do it. I don't know, I enjoy making videos. I enjoy doing this type of work, but it's time consuming. But this right here is some field corn. I've got 10 rows. It was 700 and some seed that I used in this plot right here. I wanted to count them so I'd know about how much that each plot would take for, you know, future reference. But some of it's coming up, and then you got areas where there is no corn, and it starts to come up. Then you don't have no corn, and then there's corn. No corn, and then there's corn. You can kind of see it down through there. I've got some fishing line, some surveying ribbon that keep the crows out from plucking the seed up, and it worked. I'm thinking that right there is a volunteer potato plant coming up. And if we go over down here, I had some pumpkins here last year. There is a volunteer pumpkin plant. Right here is a volunteer pumpkin plant. And if we come right over here, I don't know if that is, I'm thinking that is a potato plant coming up. That's what it looks like. Because I had potatoes in here back in 2023. Because I rotate my crops. And so, you know, you got them little bitty marble size potatoes that you leave behind when you go to harvest them. And well, you know, they've laid here, and they just come back. I don't care what anybody says. They'll come back. I know mine will. Mine's heirloom seed. I don't plant hybrids. Mine is heirloom. That's all I'll plant. But it's looking good. It's looking really good. I mean, considering the seed is not good. Some of it germinated and some of it hasn't. And last year, it was worse than this. I mean, I would go so many feet in a row and there wouldn't be no corn. It was terrible. But this go around, it's a lot better. But right there is where it's supposed to be like. But it's coming along. Slowly but surely. I done a video as well on me cutting this winter rye. Decided not to even upload that one because I didn't think people would watch it. And I just went ahead and mulched up with the riding mower. And I was going to plant some pumpkins here, but as you can see, I've got vegetation growing here. So the grass has kind of taken over. And that old Craftsman garden tiller, piece of junk, it doesn't do good in stuff like this. So I'm not even going to be able to plant pumpkins this year. And this plot right here, for those that don't know, right here was the potato patch last year for 2024. I had to break new ground right here with that Craftsman garden tiller, and I started in March, about the beginning of March. And I planted this when it was still wet. It was, in my opinion, it was too wet to plant, but I had to do it. So this right here was new ground last year from my potato patch. Right here was another plot that I had plowed up. I had a pumpkin patch and a sunflower patch in here. And when you can see where the outline of it is. And this is too sandy of soil. It's got more shale and it dries out real quick. It was looking good, but we had a heat wave to come right during the time that they were starting to bloom and produce some pumpkins, and it put too much stress on them, and it just wasn't a good yield at all. But sunflower's done really well. I'll try to throw in some pictures of that as well. But I moldboard plowed this with a Brindley moldboard plow on the back of that Craftsman T210, and that's when I found out that I did not have a lawn tractor or a garden tractor. I just had me a riding mower. Yes, I could put a sleeve hitch on the back of it, but that's about it. It just wasn't made to do any ground engagement. And but I did it, but it wasn't good for the mower, which, you know, I learned the hard way. But I had this in winter rye. Good stand of winter rye. I had limed this and fertilized this and everything, so, but now it's just back in regular pasture grass, and it's really looking good considering. And it's really got a darker green, as you can see, and I believe that's that lime and fertilizer that I had put in there. But yeah, done pretty good. I mow all this right here with that Craftsman. This is just a little bit of what I mow. It's not that steep. It's just a gradual grade up through there. I could get some good hay off of this patch of ground if I had one of them little mini balers, like them Ibex mini balers. They do really well, I think, doing some mini bales on this property. That's one thing I enjoy. I enjoy hay, making hay, and row cropping. That's about my two favorite things. I'm not much into animals. I've been around farm animals. I've been around just about everything. But I'm more into row crop and making hay. That's kind of what I like to do. And right now, like I said, I love to be out in the hay field right now, making hay. Just perfect weather. And all this right here I keep mowed as well with the Craftsman. And this produces a good first cutting of hay. I could probably get 3 cuttings off of this, to be honest with you. It really does produce. But yeah, this is some really good ground right here. I can get some good hay off of this. You can see what kind of hay I would have right here. Just a little bit here. You can see the seed head on it. Some of it's starting to come off. Yeah, it's mature. Some of it is. It's getting there. It's ready. It's ready. Get a good look at this field here. Get some good little mini bales off this. Now this right here will be good to bale up. You can still bale this up. You can still smell it. Smells real good. That's some good stuff. Winter rye. Good stuff. Highly recommend it. Well, that'll wrap up this video. I appreciate everybody who tunes in and watches. It means a lot. But until the next one, take care and God bless.